What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Music with Mando in the Morning, the podcast where we interview local artists, producers, musicians in general about what they're working on, upcoming projects, previous projects, pretty much just anything in general that they're working on. Today, I have probably my most requested guest out of everybody else I've had on this podcast so far, the homie Spaceman, bro.
What's good?
What's good? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Well, I'm thankful to be here, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for having me out.
Of course, man. I'm glad to have you here. So first off, let's talk about 2024, bro. We're moving into April almost.
Yeah, bro.
What moves you been making?
Man, we're coming in hot, bro. Like, we got a couple albums in the work, a few singles, you know what I mean? We're working on a few music videos. Like, we got a lot of stuff in the works here, especially when it comes to, like, vocal mixing and making beats and shit. And, like, we're just trying to get placements right now. We're on a slow, steady grind right now, but it's picking up hella right now. So I'm very thankful for that.
So cool. You say y'all are just working on placements and everything right now. I kind of just wanted to ask, how many tracks do you think you've produced or mixed this year alone?
If I had to take a guess, like 75 like tracks recorded and mixed, you know what I mean? Not all of them are going to be put out, you know, but yeah, like 75.
What's like your weekly-ish output?
For vocal mixing, it's like, you know, I like to get at least one solid song, one that is going to drop a week, you know, but we're definitely making more songs than that a week. Recording wise, probably like 3 songs a week, and then beats like at least one a day. Okay. You know what I mean? You got to stay consistent. That's how you're going to make it out here. You know what I mean? Because there's always somebody working harder than you.
You've been pretty consistent with that?
Yeah, I mean, I personally haven't been because the vocal mixing has been going crazy, but my boy C-Man, bro, he makes at least 1 beat a day, if not 2. Sometimes he has days where he makes 5 beats a day, dude. Like, if he's cooking, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro, it's getting crazy right now, but we got a lot of stuff in the vault right now.
Aside from rapping, you're pretty much everywhere as far as like mixing, mastering, making beats and shit. Like, Do you have a preferred thing you do out of those?
Probably vocal mixing. It's just the most gratifying for me, you know, and also beat making. Like, I love making beats and stuff. It's just like so satisfying when you get like almost like a symphony, you know what I mean? You get all these little pieces and you bring them together, and it's so cohesive, you know what I mean? Like, nothing really beats that. And also, like, vocal mixing is like for me, it's like the final step almost, you know what I mean? Mixing and mastering is definitely like the final step to making a track. Once that's done, it's like that song is like gonna be put out into the world for possibly millions of people to hear, you know what I mean? So it's very gratifying, you know, starting from nothing and making something that is gonna touch people, you know, in some sort of way.
A lot of people who like do music and stuff, I feel like that's the part that gets overlooked, you know. That's why you hear people with like shittily mixed tracks, or like people's levels are all over the place and shit like that. How did it get to the point where you're like, you know, like, this is like my favorite thing to do, when so many people are like either completely ignore it or do a shitty job at it?
Well, I guess it's because like it just takes a lot of like intricacy. That's a good question, man, because there's a lot of different reasons why I like vocal mixing and making beats, and like why it's my favorite, you know. But if I had to choose one, it'd probably just be the vibes that it creates, you know what I mean? Like, you make a beat and your homies or whoever's fucking with it, you know what I mean? Like, there's no better feeling than that, you know? Like, instantly ideas start popping, then vibes start flying through the air, you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, you got a hit, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be there forever. And then you can look back on it and be like, damn, we came from that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. For me, it's the vibes for sure.
You've been doing this for like a cool minute now. Like, is there a song in particular that you've mixed maybe like 3-4 years ago where you're like, at the time you're like, this is fucking fire, and now you're like, I can barely even listen to that shit now?
Yeah, there's quite a few, honestly. Just because we've been growing like so quickly, you know what I mean? Like, I'm constantly learning new stuff. Even like mixes from like a couple months ago, I'm like, man, I could touch that up, you know what I mean? But sometimes you just gotta let it be. It's like shows your growth period. I can't really name a song because like I still listen to them, you know what I mean? And I'm still like, yeah, like we did it, you know, like we're better than this now, you know what I mean? So I can't really say I don't listen to them anymore.
That's kind of like the other side of it too, you know, like even though you recognize that you're so much better than you were like at that point, you're like appreciating the growth, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's
like,
very humbling.
No, definitely. But like at the same time, it's like I know this can sound better, but at the same time, you're like, I don't want this to sound better because that is like the song. That's where I was at when I made it. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like, you know, if the artist asked me to like remix it or whatever, but I'm gonna still keep the old take and be like, yeah, it sounded like this, but now it sounds like this because of like what I've learned.
How long you been like producing and mixing and DJing and shit, man?
Producing and mixing, man, like 4 years since COVID. You know what I mean? Since like the start of COVID, like there was nothing really to do. Me and my boy C-Mad linked up again. I heard him like making a beat, and I went to one of his shows, and I was like, bro, like I miss music, cause like I've been doing music, you know what I mean, even before vocal mixing and stuff. So like when I heard him do his thing, it like inspired me to like get back into it. You know what I mean? And so I like just dove headfirst into it like 3-4 years ago.
No, I guess
really trying to become like professional with it instead of, you know, doing it as like a hobby or something. You know what I mean?
You said you've been doing it like trying to be professional for like 3 or 4 years, like really mixing shit and producing, like,
yeah.
But you said you've been doing music for even longer than that. What were you doing before that?
So I was a drummer. I was drumming in like, you know, school bands and stuff. I started drumming even before a school band. My mom's ex-boyfriend a long time ago, he was a drummer, and he taught me how to drum.
Okay.
And so like I was just like a natural at it, I guess. I would like go up on stage and like just do little talent shows in like 4th grade, 5th grade, you know, do that kind of stuff. And then eventually I got to middle school and I started to have to like read sheet music and like learn music theory and like all sorts of stuff. You know, I already had a little bit of like music theory background just from like playing and stuff, but like it wasn't as intense, you know, because like now you're reading sheet music, you know, you got your sharps and, you know, I'm playing the xylophone and shit. Like I don't know how to read notes and stuff like that, you know, like I do now, but it's like it was like a whole different ball game. And then my my music teacher, he was like, dude, you're like progressing way faster than all these kids, like can you join the 8th grade jazz band? And so I was like, yeah, I could do that, you know, because the 8th grade jazz band drummer was graduating. He was going to high school, you know, so like I stepped in like 6th grade and I did that for like 3 years. On the side of that, I also took guitar center lessons and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like I was a drummer for a band through that little program, and I also did guitar lessons, piano lessons, bass lessons. Like I've been doing it, you know what I mean? But then like life really hit me, and like I started to get a little like into like, you know, partying and all that fun stuff. Like sophomore year, I kind of like dropped out of like the whole music scene and just started like really like just listening to music. C-Mad had been doing it though, you know what I mean? Like me and him would just sit down on the computer like sophomore, junior year, you know, and just like cook up beats. But to me, it was more of like a hobby to me. But to C-Mad, it was like he wanted to do it, you know what I mean? I just didn't see the vision because like I was too caught up in partying and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of my biggest regrets is like stopping for that period of time, because like I'm just thinking now like with the growth that I've had, like who knows where I would be at, you know what I mean? But it is what it is type stuff, and I'm gonna keep progressing no matter what. I'm gonna do this shit.
You had kind of this background with a bunch of different instruments like piano, bass, guitar, and stuff like that. And then the music theory part of that. Music theory, for me personally, is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now. I would have went to school as a music major, but I took music theory my senior year. Dude. I took AP music theory my senior year. I'm gonna name drop her because she made my life a fucking living hell. Her name's Donna Smith. She's my teacher.
Fuck Donna Smith.
Dude, she retired literally after my class. But anyways, going through like school, like how we talked about a little bit earlier, like, you know, like I wasn't a big like sports kid or anything, but like band was my shit. Like so that's where I was at. Like I loved music then. So then I was like, dude, AP Music Theory, anything like related to music, like I'm going to go into it. Either if I'm going to love it, or if I don't, I'm going to kind of force myself to love it because, it's something you need to learn.
Right.
But like homegirl like made me question. I was like, do I really love music, bro? Like it was that bad. Wrapping that up, I just want to ask, do you think that your music theory background, the bit that you have, has helped you as a producer?
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it also gets in the way too. You know what I mean? So like music theory is supposed to be kind of like a blueprint. You know what I mean? Like, this is how music is supposed to be made, right? But in all reality, music is music. Like, if it sounds good to you, it's probably going to sound good to other people. It doesn't have to go fully based off, like, complete music theory. Like, obviously, you're going to have some sort of music theory that is in the blueprint in your song. But, like, sometimes, like, people get, like, so intricate with it, and it's, like, doesn't need to be that way, as long as the vibes is there and like you're having fun. Your teacher's a bitch though, for sure, because like it's all up to like your mentor too, to like kind of show you the ropes and like make it fun, you know what I mean? Like, I was blessed to have really good teachers, and so I had fun with it, and I just kind of like kept going with it, but once I kind of lost that mentor and I felt like I was at a wall, you know what I mean? I kind of just stopped music, bro, and started partying.
You right, like what you said, like, if you had like the right mentors, like,
right, like if that Donna bitch wasn't there, you'd probably be doing music, and I wouldn't be here right now. Things happen for a reason.
Exactly, that's what I was
saying?
just gonna say. If I had done that, I'd be over at the School of Music, fucking playing saxophone all day. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like, I love playing saxophone. I was in the marching band here for 4 years, bro. You know what I mean? But like, I love doing this. Like,
exactly,
I get to go to shows every fucking weekend. I wouldn't have been able to do that if
you'd be playing at the fucking Holt Center or something, what I'm saying? Like a big ass orchestra. Yeah, no, I already knew where that path was gonna take me, you know what I mean? I was just kind of like sick of reading sheet music too, you know what I mean? Because I was playing other people's music, but like I was trying to figure out like how could I do that with my own twist, you know what I mean? But it was really hard for me to like put two and two together, I guess. I'm really thankful for like C-Mad and everybody that really showed me the way, like with this hip-hop and rap and like R&B and EDM shit, because like it really like branched my skill level exponentially, you know what I mean? Because like I was just playing like jazz and rock stuff for a long time, and now it's like I'll make some like funky shit.
Whatever you want, yeah.
Anything, It's fun, bro. It's really fun.
Moving on to the big question, bro. What's your why? Why do you do it, bro?
I guess it's just like the gratification that it brings. Like I said earlier, like you're just vibing out and like the experiences that you do. I just feel like I'm meant for it. You know what I mean? I'm meant to be in the music scene in some way. You know what I mean? I've just felt that way like ever since I picked up those drumsticks in 4th grade. You know what I mean? Like nothing really spoke to me like music does, and I feel like nothing really can speak to anybody like music does. Like I think it's crazy that some people don't like music. Like don't listen to music ever. Like my brother was one of them. I was like, bro, you gotta get a Spotify.
Dude, yeah.
You gotta download these songs and just branch off of that. Like, you know what I mean?
Like I can't do shit without listening to music. Like no matter what it is, like it just feels like so like dull and pointless if I don't have headphones on or something on. You know what I mean? It's
like, how do you get through like life? You know what I mean? Without hearing other people's experiences. You know what I mean? Because like to me, like it doesn't matter if they're talking about shaking ass or like whatever. Like. They obviously have done something like that, or they've seen something like that, like to where they can speak about it. Yeah. And they're, it touches people, you know what I mean? You could be the most gangster person in the world and spitting the hardest shit ever, but people are gonna feel it, you know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I think that's the reason I do music, is because like I'm trying to be bigger than myself. And so, like, music is a good outlet for me. You know what I mean? Like, definitely. Very therapeutic, very, like, I feel like I'm very productive, and I could be doing a lot worse shit. You know what I mean? So, music really, like, kind of saved me.
Definitely, I feel you.
For sure.
And, a little bit like we talked about earlier, but, like, music is one thing that you can always look at and see your growth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it could be something you mixed yesterday compared to what you mixed today.
Like, I was just touching up a few songs that I worked on, like, 4 weeks ago. No, it was longer than that, honestly. It was probably a couple months ago, but I was just touching up on some shit, you know what I mean, today, and I was like, damn, I've even grown from a few months ago. Like,
All right, y'all. Before we move on, arguably the most important part of the podcast, we got to say our thank yous. So, first of all, I got to give a shout out to the homeboy Spaceman for coming through.
you already know. Thank you, Mando, for having me out, man.
Of course, man. Like I say, every podcast, you can't have a podcast without your guest, and I appreciate Spaceman, especially since like 4 or 5 of the people I had on here recommended him. So he finally came through. Second, also, like I always say, shout out to the University of Oregon School of Journalism and Communications. As always, we wouldn't have the room, we wouldn't have the cameras, we wouldn't have the audio equipment. So essentially, we wouldn't have the podcast without them. So thankful for them and everything they've taught me and everything they supplied me with. Third, shout out to the homies from Dirt Squad.
Yes, sir.
Spaceman included.
Let's go.
For show. Of course, as always, if you need anything audio, music related, beats, mixing, whatever, tap in with Dirt Squad, specifically the homie Spaceman.
Yes, sir.
We'll get you cut up right. And if you need a beat, tap in with their BeatStars. Use my code Delta Squad, all caps, for a 20% discount.
Yes, sir.
Don't be sleeping on the slappers.
Nah, bro, we got hits.
Fourth, shout out to the homie Stizzy Tans for being last week's guest.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. He tore that up on his verse and the whole podcast, to be completely honest with y'all. So if y'all ain't seen that one yet, y'all are sleeping. Shout out to him again for coming through. Finally, all of this is brought to you by Delta Squad Media, my media company, which I started about going on 5-6 years ago now. We going strong, run podcasts, shooting shows, and honestly, most importantly, thank y'all so much for making it to 10 episodes with me.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Spaceman's number 10.
Lucky number 10, bro.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hey, I'm proud of your progression though, for sure, bro.
I appreciate
Keep
that,
it
bro.
going.
And touching back on that, if y'all are watching this on YouTube, check the description because I'll be linking my first attempt at making a podcast ever, which was about 4 or 5 years ago, called the Delta Squadcast. Some of the homies back home might remember that one. Looking at that one and looking at what we got going on now is very clear of what the growth has been. Appreciate y'all's support. Keep tapping in, and also keep running up the NPR Tiny Desk that I shot with Dirt Squad.
Bro,
The
that's
homie
just
Spaceman in
hot,
that too. Yes, sir. Moving on. So, in your mind, what would a productive day be like musically?
In my mind, waking up, getting some breakfast, you know what I mean, getting like a healthy start to your day, mind, body, soul, all that. And then once you're done doing all your morning routine stuff, hop in the studio, start cooking a beat or start working on a song that y'all made last night or something, just start working on anything music for a couple hours, whether it's the business, whether it's, the actual music itself, social media, all that. That's a good day to me, at least a couple hours a day. And sometimes if you're cooking, you're doing it all day, 12, 16 hours just in the studio, your ass hurts from sitting in the chair so long type shit, Yeah, that's a good day.
I guess, how many of them days have you had so far this year?
Countless.
Countless?
Countless.
Yeah.
This year, yeah. And in the entirety of Dirt Squad, man, we're just on a grind for sure.
That kind of leads into my next question. Upcoming shows and events, either DJing shit for you or just Dirt Squad performances, what y'all got coming up?
I'm honestly so locked in the stew that I don't really pay attention to show dates and stuff like that. I'm not really DJing too much anymore because the vocal mixing and beats have just picked up, you know what I mean? So I'm only human. I can only focus on so many things. So I think our next show is June. I don't know what
the
day
Loonies
exactly
one?
Though. Yeah, we got the Loonies one. Tap in with C-Matt if y'all need show dates, bro.
Projects and upcoming songs. What you been working on, bro? I know you've been all over with it.
Oh my God. So just C-Matt alone we're working on 2 projects.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was supposed to drop, 420 and his birthday. Since DistroKid's being a fucking cunt bag right now, we are kind of still up in the air with the dates, because we're still trying to like transfer all the shit over to a different distributor.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't really put a date on those 2 projects, but we're definitely working on some projects for C-Man. We also got a collab project with Denny, Stormy, Noah, 1K. We got some Barry Band stuff. You already know. He's killing it. Man, there's probably more, but that's what I'm focusing on right now type stuff,
Definitely. And, I kind of want to just, like, go back to what you were saying about the whole thing with DistroKid. I know it's more kind of like C-Mad's thing because it's, like, his catalog.
But it's affecting me, too, though.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean? Because, like, he didn't just put all these hours into these songs. I may not show my face very much, but I be putting in the work, too, bro. It's just... I let my music speak for itself kind of thing. You know what I mean? I don't really like to, like, talk or, like, put myself out there too much. You know what I mean? I'm very introverted extrovert.
Going back to that, I just kind of want you to, like, explain, like, everything that's going on with DistroKid right now, because that's such a crucial part of being an independent artist and, like, coming up. Unless you're an artist, you don't realize the struggle of distribution and, like, trying to get your stuff out there while still making a profit, you know what I mean?
Right. So I don't know, like, all of the technicalities of, like, what's going on right now, but all I know is that I think it's in correlation of the bill that's trying to increase stream revenue, so instead of 0.004 cents you make per stream, they're trying to make it a minimum of 1 cent per stream. I'm thinking that that's correlated with DistroKid taking a bunch of people's music down that aren't part of a record label that has the money backing and all that stuff. So, like, if you're independent and you're getting good numbers, then they got to start paying you.
Yeah.
So they take down the music that's doing good so they don't have to pay you anymore. You know what I mean? It must have been, like, written in some sort of, like, fine print in a contract or something, because, like, it's definitely, there's no way it's not correlated. You know what I mean? And so I really hope that DistroKid goes down, because they're ruining a lot of, like, independent artists' chances, because every day that their music isn't up is another new person that could change their life completely, that can't hear it. You know what I mean? So
going back to projects and songs and stuff, like, so y'all got a lot of shit in the works right now.
A lot.
But is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to being dropped in the future?
Honestly, Therapy is different, bro. Like, that's one of C-Mad's albums. That's, like, a different beast. I'm also excited for the collab album. I'm excited for it all, to be honest, to finally get out there. You know what I mean? Because some of these songs I've been working on for, like, at least a year, since his birthday type shit. You know what I mean? So his last album was One Day at a Time, dropped last year, June 2nd. Go check it out if you haven't, you know what I mean? But we got some new shit coming. But I'm really excited for all of it, you know what I mean? Just getting to show people, like, how much I've grown since then, even. Definitely.
I ask a lot of people who've come on here, like, who, like, just put out, like, a new project or something within the last couple of months. I'll be like, like, how do you see yourself progress from the album before that? So I know you put in a lot of work. You put in a lot of work on pretty much all of C-Man's catalog, but how do you think you saw yourself grow as a producer and someone who mixes and masters stuff from One Day at a Time to the 2 projects he's dropping this year?
Just quality, you know what I mean? Like, the quality and, like, what we're putting out, because Therapy is, like, very emotional, very, like, it could be off-putting with some of the things that are said, you know what I mean? For some people, it's very touching, very emotional, very spiritual awakening, I feel like, in some aspects. But, Madness is just, like, madness, fucking crazy, hard. I feel like just the growth would probably be, like, conceptual stuff, and actually, putting, like, everything together to where it, like, makes sense together, you know what I mean? And, like, correlating 2 totally different albums is, like, not really many people are doing that right now. You know what I mean? So like that alone should show our growth. You know what I mean? Because like all of our other albums had, you know, we had our hard shit, and then we'd like throw a soft song in there, and then we'd throw some more hard shit and throw a few more soft songs in there. Why not have 2 projects totally dedicated to those 2 different types of like almost subgenres?
Therapy, like for CMAD, you know, it's very like kind of like an awakening, talking about stuff like that may make people uncomfortable. And then you got like Madness, that's the one with like the slappers, like, you know, the ones like going hard and everything. But I know CMAD's the one that's spitting the verses, but like, do you think when he talks about like these things that are either like hard to talk about or like off-putting to some people, do you think that as much as it opened up a side of him that he hasn't expressed as an artist, do you think that opened up a side of you that you haven't expressed as a producer?
I would definitely say so, because like I feel like anytime me and C-Matt are doing shit, it's like another bonding experience. I know that we're like already close, like we've been close since like sophomore year of high school, you know, so like we've been through thick and thin, like bad girlfriends, you know, just life and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like when it comes to this music shit, it's like constantly another bonding moment, you know what I mean? And so like he did one song, I want to say like a month ago or something like that, I didn't even know happened in his life, and I was like, damn, bro, like that's tough, you know? And it's like, it almost made me, like, it made me tear up. Like, there's a few songs on that album that, like, low-key made me tear up, you know what I mean? Just because of the shit he's talking about, and, like, I can feel it, you know what I mean? So
that's all I got as far as questions, but
shit.
Also, like I ask everybody else who comes on the pod, is there anybody that you recommend me getting on here?
Y'all could get, like, Loot on here.
Okay.
Yeah, Loot's pretty fire.
It's like Greenville Loot, or...
No. He's a Portland artist, okay. But yeah, my buddy Taylor Gang's working on a little social media video for him right now. Yeah, him and his producer Billy Rose. Okay. He might be fire, you know what I mean? There's a few DJs that I could, you know, point your way to. DJ Smooth, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just a few other DJs out there. Smooth is crazy, though. He does actual record spins and stuff, old school DJ, you know.
The last thing I want to ask, you know, is there just anything else you feel like saying while you're on here that you think should be mentioned?
If you got a dream, don't give up on it. Even if life gets in the way, you know, use it as like a coping mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Like, life definitely does get tough, but if you just keep pushing, you'll make it through anything.
Those are words of wisdom from the homie Spaceman.
Yeah, I already know.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Like we always do about this time, we normally have a verse, but Spaceman don't rap.
I don't rap. I don't got bars like that, bro.
But homie's a producer, an audio engineer, and a DJ.
I got some slaps for you, for sure.
So he about to cut it up on these tables real quick. Drop that shit.
No offense, but bitch, you better back up. Must be nuts trying to fuck with us. Better sack up. Treat a beat like my whip, leave it gassed up. Karma stacking on my way, had some bad luck.
I took a hit of something strong and hit my bed long. Go to work, I stay up in a booth, go get my bag long.
Snapping like Anita, off of rocking like a cheetah. Tell the Amber Crown, y'all claiming Carter. Switch it up, y'all need remodel. Throw me a hit, I bet I ain't flinching. Add it up, love addition. I got sick of petty pinching, being free is the mission.
Got no about to bitchin', no diamonds glisten. My city known for poppin' prescriptions. Got me a bag for dodging the trenches. Said I get rich and God is my witness.
If I'm ever rolling, it's an extension. I ain't rolling, I got attention. You got a book, but you use the answer. Probably
Bruh,
about
then he
2
be having that intricate
First work
shit.
by 2 P's. Ooh, weed, that's some blue cheese. Need a new life for the groupies. Tryna leave the show with like 2 freaks.
Two pretty bitches on the tent, they show they boobies. How you claim it better, bitch? This shit confuse me. How you claim that you connected serving dookie? My cousin strapped up like he Rambo in that movie.
Y'all movement, don't move me.
2 key in my blue jeans. My pin boys, B-O-double-O-D. Y'all get down, come running to me. She was blowing like a storm, so her contact name is Wendy.
We going 4 for 4 like we eating at the Wendy's.
Come on, man.
Must be nuts trying to fuck with us.
Better sack up.
Treat a beat like my whip,
Leave it gassed up.
Karma stacking on my way.
Had some bad luck.
I took a hit of something strong and hit my bed long. Go to work, I stay up in the booth, go get my bag long.
Snapping like Anita, off of rocking like a cheetah. Tell the Amber Crown, y'all claiming Carter.
Switch it up, y'all need remodel.
Give me the juice, or give me the loot. I'm feeling like feeling like Biggie when he better shoot. Now I just need a beats and cool.
Ain't calling the troops, ain't finna lose. I get the bag and they give me a boost. I did it once and they call it a fluke. I do it again and they calling it proof.
Need more than shoes to shoot. Come around like that hula hoop. Still doing me, it's just due to you. Top green, let me two to you.
Hi, welcome to Wendy's. Could I interest you in a strawberry frosty today?
Give me a 4 for 4.
Make it two of them bitches.
You know it's mine.
I just doing what I want. You just doing what you can. She love the way I pop my shit. She saying I'm the man. I'm just doing what I want. You just doing what you can. I ain't never seen you slide, but I heard that you was a fan. Told her pop that little twat while she count my 20 bands. She love the way I pop my shit. She saying I'm the man. I'm just doing what I want. You just doing what you can. I ain't never seen you slide, but I heard that you was a fan. Told her pop that little twat while she count my 20 bands. I missed that football game. You know I still got to that sack. And I know it's overtime, but I'm always clocked and that's a fact. Got these black Ameri jeans, you know these bitches cost a stack. My bitches call me bougie bands the way I'm shopping up at Sack. Shout out the mob, you know I love my money all in blue strips. That's your girl, I'm all up in her mouth just like a dentist. Little baby know she win against the coach, she gon' have to fix this. I need a stomp down 304, baby, make it make sense. She love the way I pop my shit, she saying I'm the man. I'm just doing what I want, you just doing what you can. I ain't never seen you slide, but I heard that you was a fan. Told her pop that little twat while she count my 20 bands. She love the way I pop my shit, she saying I'm the man. I'm just doing what I want, you just doing what you can. I ain't never seen you slide, but I heard that you was a fan. Told her pop that little twat while she count my 20 bands. Hit his ass with that magic stick, I feel just like I'm Harry Potter. Put that cheese on your head and throw the bombs like Aaron Rodgers. I'm feeling like Tyreek, can't touch the soul in that show power. I love my bitches hooded with the shits and all about dollars. Niggas out here fucking up the game, we ain't condoning that. Hopping off that porch, no you ain't ready, these niggas really cap. Beefing on the internet, see a person make me stand on that. I pop the cherry on my bitch, Miss Quago, pulling foes with that. I see your bitch in person, yeah, she choosing, you know she wrong for that. 2 bitches on my cock, they Scorpios, my favorite zodiac. She asked me what's my favorite drink, tequila mixed with cognac. You niggas getting that interrogation, start singing like Gunna now. She love the way I pop my shit, she saying I'm the man. I'm just doing what I want, you just doing what you can. I ain't never seen you slide, but I heard that you was a fan. Told her pop that little twat while she count my 20 bands. She love the way I pop my shit, she saying I'm the man. I'm just doing what I want, you just doing what you can. I ain't never seen you slide, but I heard that you was a fan. Told her pop that little twat while she count my 20 bands.
I want a house up on the hill, California feel. I want a house up on the hill, California feel. I want a house up on the hill, California feel. Labels in the front, buy me what I want. Shoes that match
Come
my
on,
clothes,
Wrangler,
my
drop
dreams,
this
they
shit,
so
boy.
far.
Leave it on yourself. Come on.
I've been working, grinding, fighting the hate. Don't talk much, making moves in my state. I changed my crowd, I changed my route. I'm checking out, I'm out of town. I'm all around, I'm in and out, it's up, it's down. What's this life really about? Nah, 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 nah. What's this life really about? I want a house up on the hill, California feel. Labels in the front, buy me what I want. Shoes that match my cars, reach my dreams, I take so far. Work, dedication, faith, it all pays off. I want a house up on the hill, California feel. Labels in the front, buy me what I want. Shoes that match my cars, reach my dreams, I take so far. Work, dedication, faith, it all pays off. I want a house up on the hill, California feel.
This is a little surprise
I want a
for
house
you.
up on the hill.
I bet y'all didn't even know that this motherfucker rap, bro. Come on.
Stockton, California, yeah, you know where I'm from. When I come through, it's that California love.
Let's go.
6'4", 2 doors, and all the above. Need a California bitch just to get up in the guts. Rolling up woods, puffing chronic in the sun.
Yes, sir.
Sideshows in the summer, man, we always burning rubber. I grew up on Cougars and Supreme drop cutters. NorCal shit, that's my bread and my butter. House up on the hill with that California feel. Working all our bars just so I can make a meal. But we do it independent, bitch, I never make a deal. Old school Impalas with 100-spoke wheels. 6'5" day with that candy paint deal. California shit, I just gotta keep it real. What's the motherfucking deal?
Oh, come on. You already know I had to drop Mondo's verse on Mando in the Morning. Y'all tell Wrangler, if y'all find Wrangler's page, bruh, tell him to drop his album so y'all can hear Mando every day you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once again, this has been Music with Mando in the Morning. I didn't even know I was spitting. We recorded that shit like around this time last year, to be honest.
Yeah, that's how long he's been fucking sleeping for. He's in hibernation right now.
Yes, sir. And if y'all don't know, now you know. Spaceman is the man, and he produced and mixed every one of those songs.
Everyone.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all again for watching. This has been Music with Mando in the Morning, episode number 10. Thank you all so much for watching for the 10 episodes. There will be many more, I promise. But thank you so much for the support that y'all have been showing so far. Till next time, peace and love. Thank you for watching.
Dirt Squad.